So every episode we talk about, our patrons get to let us know what they thought of the episode, and we don't read these obviously until right now after we've discussed it and said our opinions. Sometimes they 100% agree with us, sometimes they 100% disagree. It's very fun. If you want to take part in this, go check out the Patreon. There's plenty of benefits over there, uncut reactions to all the episodes, these full discussions, and these patron takes.
Here we go. Season 3 hype. We have a new opening credit sequence, new fancy two-piece uniforms for the crew, and I'm going to bet you will lose your minds when you see a certain actor's name in the opening credits. Who are you talking about?
Guinan. No, we did, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even mention the opening credits scene. Just a little bit extended. I thought it was fine.
Yeah, new intro.
Yeah, just showing the planets. I mean, they had to. They had to take out Pulaski, put Beverly back in there.
Once they did the where no one has gone before, then the rest of it's kind of the same, just with the names.
Yeah.
But the opening is what was different. I like it.
Yeah. So two-piece uniforms. So I'm guessing the top and bottom are separated because seasons 1 and 2 they were like a jumpsuit, right? So I think
Yeah.
the pants and shirt are separated. That's the two.
Were they separated? I couldn't tell.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at their crotches.
Well, I was looking at their asses, but yeah, Riker's ass. Come on.
Oh hell yeah!
The bottom of the shirt is red and the bottom of the shirt is black and the pants are black. So it's kind of tough to tell.
It's tough to tell.
But obviously, I mean, he's saying two-piece, so unless he's lying to us.
Yeah, maybe the zipper at the knee. That's where it's separated.
Yeah! We are on to season 3. We'll be curious to see your reaction. Watch the whole season recently, and I believe you will love most episodes, but not all. I hope that's the case.
I think that's the case with every season. Season 3? Are you sure? Oh, all right. Shame about Dr. Pulaski and that airlock. Damn shame. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, look, Diana Muldaur was great in Star Trek The Original Series, so we can go watch those episodes, and it was great. Pulaski just didn't work out.
Yeah, that performance of her in...
There is, in truth, no beauty.
Yeah, that one. Like, that performance is goated top here. One of the best, but it's her as a recurring character, as a doctor, modified version of Bones. Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, and I don't know if she ever comes back. Maybe she does. Don't tell us. But kind of weird they just didn't say anything. That's the one thing I'll say is, like, regardless of how bad the character, or whatever, it's like, he didn't say anything. Like, Tasha, Denise Crosby decided to leave the show. They've referenced her several times. They talked about Dr. Crusher as soon as she was gone. Very odd. They just didn't say anything.
Yeah, I wonder, did she leave? Did they fire her? Like, if you guys can tell us this without any spoilers of anything, that'd be great.
Season 3, here we are. Finally, we get to the point where Wesley screws up a bit, a bit of humanizing him and saying, hey, he's still a kid and got a long way to go. Oh, and did I mention Beverly's back? Yay!
Yay!
Absolutely. And, I've grown on Wesley a little bit. He's not anywhere near my favorites, but, season 1, he was just annoying. But, both Will Wheaton and the character of Wesley, over these season 2, he wasn't there a lot. And so far, in this episode, like, I related to him a little bit almost, like in that teenager mindset of like, oh, I have to do all this. I'm all stressed when it's like, dude, you're a teenager, but you don't know that at the time,
Yeah, I do love seeing him screw up per se. It's because that's what kids do, and him learning a lesson like, hey, chill, you can't take it all on your own. Inquiring minds really want to know: did either of you know prior to the first watch that our beloved Dr. Crusher was returning in season 3 or at some point in the future, and Pulaski was off the show? No. I had no idea. But no, I thought like Beverly was out like completely for the rest of the show.
Yeah, I didn't know anything, although I will admit I just didn't think she was gone. Like, because, this is the unfortunate part of creating the content is like, you can kind of tell, like, if she was gone the whole show after that, like, we would have gotten comments being like, yeah, it sucks that she was gone the whole show. Like, people wouldn't help themselves. So, like, the fact that we didn't get any of those comments, it kind of makes you think, like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know when or how long, but I just knew, like, oh, I'm sure she'll be back at some point in this lore. I'm like, maybe it's Deep Space Nine, I don't know. But I'm like, I'm sure that's not the last we see of her character totally. And then, obviously, that was confirmed here. I did not expect it. I mean, to bring in a new doctor only to get rid of her after a season, I mean, damn.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought we weren't going to see her for maybe ever, so love that Star Trek.
This is from JD. Wesley's mom has got it going on, and she's all I want. I've been waiting for so long. Pulaski, can't you see? You're just not the doc for me. Back where she belongs, we're all in love with Wesley's mom.
That I'm gonna thumbs up. I'm gonna heart that right now for both of us. Yes, Uh, that's amazing. And yes, I am in love with Wesley's mom. The new uniforms cost $3,000 a piece to make. A lot of the actors were suffering back pain from the old designs, and apparently they had a bad habit of retaining body odor.
Yeah. I mean, if they're custom made,
Oh,
makes
yeah,
sense.
probably, yeah,
Fitted to them.
fitted to them. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I heard about the back pain, but the body odor, that's unfortunate.
I mean, probably all day sweating on that set under those lights. Yeah, they probably start. Oh, no thanks.
As exciting as having a season premiere is, I have my doubts you guys will like this one. It's kind of like Home Soil and kind of like Contagion, but this time we have the new element of the whole thing kicking off as a result of Wesley's science project, lol. It sounds like a season 1 episode. The best part of the episode is absolutely Beverly Crusher and basically every scene she's in. 100% agreed, and you got it right. We didn't care for it that much,
I think
unfortunately.
that was like the most relatable take we've ever had because we both mentioned those two episodes, and I think we did
Yeah,
compare it to like a season 1 episode.
yeah, absolutely.
Worf gets promoted to full lieutenant, 2 pips, and LaForge to lieutenant commander, 2.5 pips. I didn't even notice that.
Oh, good for them. We
Good.
never noticed the little things like that, so thank you guys for telling us because we would never pick it up.
Yeah, unless they plainly say, "Oh, Worf, you've been promoted to so and so," we wouldn't catch on. You know, the show is off to new heights from the very first thing to open up the new season is Wesley being a screw up. Yeah, we're in a new era, baby.
Alex, this is a very important question, so I want you to think about this before you answer. Any thoughts on Dr. Crusher and Jean Luc? How long should Picard wait before crushing his dead best friend's widow?
Um, Not too long because they were building it up almost last in season 1. So, but they did mention Wesley's dad in this one, so it might be a little too soon. But we'll stop mentioning them. Maybe halfway through the season, we'll get a little. I hope this is like a Jim and I can't believe I'm making this comparison, but a Jim and Pam type thing where they really stretch it out as much as possible, where they keep teasing us with it, or like it's like, oh, come on, just do it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. I mean, they did have the one scene together, and then they were sitting together at the beginning of the next episode, which we'll talk about. But they didn't really have too much of romantic interaction at all, so we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, I don't want them to completely abandon it or sometimes reference it like Riker and Troy. I need, I, I want a little bit of inner conflict, love, romance stuff. Like not always happening, but like not just dropped.
Yeah, but it also has the other element that Riker and Troy and others don't have is that Picard's the captain. There's only one captain. It's like the one person you shouldn't sleep with. So we'll see if that boundary gets crossed at any point this season.
Ooh.
That's it.
That's it. We're here. We're in the good part of the show. So
Yeah, so let's see how good it is. But Alex, as much as I've enjoyed 10 Forward here, what do you say we go behind the bar?
all right, this one's from Psynock the Hodgehog, favorite username. Hoping for a pop for the battle droid. You know, I did think about that. Like, yeah, that does look like a battle droid
Are they
back
talking about
there.
the thing in the woman's house? Or
Oh,
what are they talking about?
there's like a metal statue, and it's like she's like, oh, we
Yeah,
don't
in
have,
her house, yeah.
oh, was that in their house? Oh, we don't have androids this advanced. And Data looks at it like, oh, clearly,
Oh, is that a battle droid?
it looked like a battle droid
Oh.
because it had like that snout.
Yeah, it did. Okay. Well, yeah, this would have been made before them
Yeah,
anyway. Yeah, okay,
yeah.
yeah. The first filmed episode of season 3, even if second aired. Why didn't they just air it first? They made it first. This would have been an amazing first episode if you had they'd had it thrown in, or you know what? Just don't have Beverly in it at all.
Yeah, because Beverly was just sitting in the chair there, and
Yeah.
I think people were like, "Was that fucking Beverly Crusher?"
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Just don't have her in there, and then just air the next episode second with her return.
yeah, I feel like they could have easily cut her out of that scene somehow and just not show it.
Even though it was a good scene, but you could have put Troy there or something.
Yeah, just Photoshop it.
One of his undersung favorites. If just for Picard trolling the Shellyak and Data's, that was the stun setting action at the end. How often do you think the Enterprise bridge needs dusting? Random question at the end.
That's a good question. I've never seen any cleaners. I've never seen any janitors, so probably quite a bit. And also that plaque. Has that plaque always been there? Never noticed that plaque.
Is that, oh, is he talking about because Picard goes
Yeah,
like
he's
this?
like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I like this episode for the B plot with Picard and the crew. The opportunity to defeat a foe with logic and still using a level head and compassion. The continued growth of the power Picard wields as a top Starfleet captain. Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
100%. It was great to see, and I hope that continues because Picard, I don't want to say he's the weakest character or anything, but he took a while to kind of grow. You know,
Yeah, same with Troy. It took a while to find their footing.
a definite favorite of mine. I love watching Data destroying the pump at the end. Yeah, I think this was the first time Data went to like badass mode. Like he took over after learning what reverse psychology was. he
Yeah,
took over.
I keep thinking Data can be very dangerous. Like the more you teach him about things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotta be careful.
It's like they've been very lucky with Data. I feel like.
But I think it's safe to say this is a favorite of mine too. I mean, it really is. It's up there. Like I'm not, not gonna make any too grand statements, but I really loved it.
Love the concert with Data, O'Brien, and the Vulcan instrumentalists. Forgot to mention, yeah, it's just Vulcans there. The B story is my preferred portion of this episode, although I found the A story to be pretty solid Star Trek, but just okay.
Which is which? I don't know. I can see either one.
I guess Picard's the
I
B
guess
story.
Picard B story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. At least we get some planet-side story time, including the Planet Hell set and a reused set from Encounter at Farpoint. Oh,
Mm.
makes sense. The Sheliak costume reminds me of the Battlestar Galactica Cylon Imperious leader. I said the same thing. I knew I liked you. Hang in there. Better episodes lay ahead for season 3. Better than this? Well, that's good.
Yeah, we love this one.
We love this one. We like this one a lot. But I made that same comparison to that Battlestar Galactica fucking villain. How cool was that?
It is obvious that Brent Spiner does not know how to handle a violin, but kudos to the others, including Colomini and the guy in full Vulcan makeup playing the viola. Also, it requires more technical proficiency than Soul to play Mozart. So, what was Data's problem?
They just had to throw that line in there for Crusher and Picard to help Data
Yeah.
because as soon as they said need more soul, I'm like, oh,
Prediction: you both will notice that Goshevin's lines were dubbed by another actor. It was another actor.
another actor. That's why he was uncredited. Oh my god.
Why did they do that? He says supposedly his line delivery sounded too much like John Wayne. Imagine you do a whole role and they just hire someone else. They think it's so bad that they hire another actor to voice over you. That's insane.
They probably didn't even tell him either. I'd be fucking pissed. Picard's delay in answering that hail like a boss was the moment I knew the show had done some crunches over the summer. Love this episode. I totally agree with that. It's a good way to put it. Did some crunches, did some work.
An important life lesson. Always read the terms and conditions. Very true.
I definitely don't do that.
Yeah, neither do I, and neither does anybody else. And the Sheliaks, for as much as they demanded the long treaty, came back to bite them.
They were hoping that they wouldn't read that part. They were like, "Ah, shit!" Recognized the Sheliak costume. They reused it from the oil puddle that killed Tasha Yar.
Well, good on them, I guess, to reuse some. I mean, maybe that took down the budget a little bit, getting to reuse apparently a set from Encounter at Farpoint, reusing the costume, here and there. I'd say this is about as average as it gets for season 3. A good watch, but nothing that pops up in many top 10 lists. This is shocking. I mean, on one hand, it's like, oh, does that mean we're really gonna love what's coming, or is it like, uh-oh? Well, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I guess just having one that we like a little bit more than others isn't too crazy. But
Yeah.
it's very surprising how lukewarm it seems most people are on it. I mean, there's a lot of compliments here too, but not a ton of praise for it like we gave it.
Mm-hmm. Only Patrick Stewart can make a request for a third-party arbitration. Sounds so badass.
True. I think that's what's so great about this show is that it's really starting to seem like we're going to end up loving these characters, for very different reasons that we fell in love with Kirk, Spock, Bones, and it's great that they're all their own characters, and we're going to, fall in love with Picard for, winning a negotiation based on a technicality, and Data for reverse psychology, stuff like that. I'm really excited for what's in store.
Yeah. The fact that we get so excited over little things like that, it's like that's great. Like I don't need a big spaceship battle. But Picard finding a paragraph in a terms and service treaty, and like that's the high point. It's like that's amazing, and it worked so well. Yeah, I'm excited.
Alex and Josh, feel the target audience on a cosmic journey, feeling so immense. They're sitting in a room, ready for the show. Star Trek Next Generation, Season 3, let's go! The first time they've seen this sci-fi sight, only going where no man's gone, day and night. Synth-pop beats fill the atmosphere. Their minds are racing, filled with wonder and cheer.
Was that fucking Beverly Crusher?
Yeah.